you can tell the kids absolutely loved it. I imagine you did as well.
Oh, it was so much fun playing those old instruments, but also, you know, seeing the kids so engaged in it. It was really, really great.
Yeah,
it was crumb horns at the end.
That's right. Crumb horns. It's it's like a kind of, it's like a bit like a recorder, but it's got a kind of strange, kind of curled end to it.
Like,
well, it is. It looks a bit like a hockey stick or something, but it makes this kind of quite unique sound.
Yeah.
And what was brilliant was watching the kids just totally fascinated by all these old instruments. We had a great workshop with them, and it's sort of part of this programme that you were talking about, the Mastercrafters. Mastercrafters was a show I made last year at Sky Arts about celebrating heritage crafts, things like stained glass and wood carving and such like that.
Dry stone walling, did you say?
Well, yeah, that was one of them. And this one, this year, we're doing that again, but this is a kind of one-off special to go along with Sky Arts Access All Arts Week, which is this fantastic resource for primary school kids to, you know, access all kinds of information about, you know, teaching methods that teachers can download this all for free from a website. Gives amazing ideas about how to, you know, engage kids with music.
Yeah, it's so funny, actually, because my boys play violins, and there's a little shop just off the Finchley Road called Florian's. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
So, and it's like this little house, you wouldn't even know it exists, and then you go up this little wiggly pathway, and then you go in, and they showed us around every single floor, and there's people making the bows and repairing the instruments.
Sounds like Ollivander's wand shop in Harry Potter.
It is. It's amazing, and the boys were so excited about it.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, I think, you know, if you can engage with children at that age, then it almost, you are sort of, you may tap into something that gives them a kind of lifelong interest or a lifelong love.
And so you started 4 years old?
4 years old, yeah.
And that was with the piano? Was that your first?
That's right. Yeah, we had an upright piano in our front room, and it was just there. You know, people played it. My mum played it. My cousins played it. My various family members played it, and I just would go up and try and bang a tune out of it. And then I realised that I was able to pick out tunes from the radio. And my mum kind of clocked that. She went, "Oh, you've just heard something, and then you played it." So she then encouraged me to play more, got lessons and so on, and you know, I kind of carried on.
So that started with that. How many instruments can you now play, or have you tried to play, Bill?
Well, everyone asks me this, and I'm like, it's not a thing, you know, I put on my passport. Bill Berry,
it's on your...
57 instruments.
I think it's on your Wikipedia.
And, Wikipedia.
Yes,
well, I have no control over that. Who does that? I don't know, aliens. But anyway, about 60, something like that.
About 60. And that's 60 that you can pick up and you could sort of hold a tune, use?
These are things... I mean, they're not all different instruments. Things with a keyboard.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's lots of things with a keyboard.
Yeah.
Things with a fret and strings that look like a guitar.
We saw that huge one in the show as well.
That was a theorbo. Amazing.
Theorbo, that's a brilliant instrument.
It's like a long neck
Look at the size
lute. It's absolutely incredible. And it was developed in the end of the 16th century to respond to the needs of opera, because there were more singers, different kinds of layers of music. So they needed a bass lute. Yeah. Before that, lutes were of a higher sort of, you know, register. And, I mean, look at it. It's just, I'm absolutely in my total
Quite tricky to get in the back of the car, though.
Yeah, busking would be an issue,
Not
wouldn't
particularly
it?
mobile.
But you've got that really, really old instrument, but then you also played the laser harp.
The laser harp, yes, that's right, in my tour.
Let's have a look at the laser harp.
This is you playing that. We played a little noise. So explain how this works.
Here we go. So these are different laser beams, and each beam, as you put your hand through it, it triggers a musical sample. So basically what you can do is you can play the light as if it were a harp. And Jean-Michel Jarre
of course,
pioneered it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I must have one. And put it in my show.
And do you have the laser harp at home now? Do you sit at home and sort of put it in a darkened room and just play?
Drives your wife mad with it.
In the house.
Yes.
Just all the animals going crazy. No.
You don't? No.
I'm banned from it in the house.
No laser harping.
No laser harp. No.
So you just mentioned the animals then. How many animals do you have? Because you take in all waifs and strays,
Yes, we do. That's right. Lots of rescues. We started off with a rabbit and a guinea pig, and it sort of snowballed a little bit. Now we've got all sorts of things. There's our 2 doggies. But we've got things like there's a giant rabbit that saw off a fox. Oh, that was...
No,
Saw off a fox?
Yeah, and there's our 2 armadillos.
Of course you've got armadillos.
Tommy and Dylan. Yeah, but the rabbit was great. We had these giant rabbits for a bit, and I saw this fox trying it on with this giant rabbit, and the giant rabbit turned around and booted it, and the fox just legged it, and terrified. And I always would love to have been in on the conversation with the foxes later on. You know, the foxes getting around in like a car park with some bins or something, and one of them going, "I had a terrible day today. Oh, this giant rabbit kicked me." Then they go, "A giant rabbit kick you in the face?" No, it's massive. This rabbit. Yeah, of course, a giant rabbit. But we got quite a lot of animals. Yeah, we got a rescue dogs,
Parrots,
armadillos. We got some.
You
frogs,
name it, you've got it.
Yeah.
And now, but how is that? That's just a love of animals, and people have realised that if there's an animal that needs a home,
absolutely, yeah.
Baileys are the ones.
Once you start with that, people kind of turn up at the door with things. They go, like, "Oh, hello, I hear you look after animals," and so. You end up as a soft touch.
Oh, who's going to look after all these animals when you're off on tour, when you're in Austria?
Yeah, well, we got, a bit of help. Some people come in. We got some volunteers come in.
Yeah.
My wife's, she's helping out. Her son, he's there as well. So everyone pitches in.
Yeah.
But, it's great. I love being around animals.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
We were talking, we mentioned just before the break that you've been up walking in the Scottish Highlands as well, sort of retracing some trekking and some hiking.
Yeah, absolutely right. And it's something I love doing. And this was quite a tough trek.
Wow.
I mean, that was in Loch Duich. That was on Sandwood Bay Beach. Oh, amazing. It's the Cape Wrath Trail. It's the toughest hike in Britain, so called.
Okay.
And it's 250 miles from Fort William up to Cape Wrath, that's the Cape Wrath Lighthouse there. And it's the most northwesterly point of Britain. Beyond that, it's just the Faroe Isles. It's amazing. Glens, mountains. We saw deer, golden eagles, white-tailed eagles. It was epic.
And your dad came and your son came. I mean, there was a little bit of...
My dad came and visited halfway. My dad, bless him, he was 92 a couple of days ago.
Oh, happy birthday.
And there he is. That's me and the lad. And so my son came with me, and he walked with me and a few friends. It was great. It was
what a lovely thing to have done as well.
Yeah. Isn't it? And you all live together in your house?
Yeah, we do.
All the different generations of
So you've got the musical instruments.
There's a couple of animals running around, 3 generations.
Kill a rabbit.
Kind of a giant lute. Yeah. Yeah, you must come round. Yeah, it's like that. You've been round. Clearly, you've been round.
And I like it.
Sounds amazing. I think we're cleaning a pair of your trainers in a minute as well, aren't we?
Great.
Yeah, Bill's not going anywhere because we're going to sort out his footwear, which needs a bit of help.
Thanks.
You've had a lovely morning. Lamb chops, clean trainers.
It's the best day ever.
Life don't get much better. Thank you. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.